So hi guys, welcome to another video. So you saw this car, the Urban SVR, in my collection video of the 720S, and you also saw it on the last video with the property development. Now a lot of people were asking about this car because there's something special about it. So we're going to jump out of the car and have a look around, but I thought I'm going to drive into quite a cool location and take this car maybe a little bit off-road as well, where it's supposed to be. But I've had this car for about 6 months now, and I love it. I've done 2,700 miles in it now. Had it from new, got it from, of course, Urban Automotive. I haven't actually done much content with the car. These people can let me out, please. Yeah, did a few cool photos with the car with Cal at the beginning when I got the car, but otherwise since then I haven't done much with it. So I thought I'll do kind of like an overview video, living with an SVR, what's good about it, and maybe hear some revs, some acceleration, see how fast this thing really is. So let's have some fun. Chuck it into sport mode for a second, put a foot down. That never gets old. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to drive down the road, going to maybe head off-road as well, and get this thing really crackling and popping as well, so I think it should be quite fun. So let's go. So let's talk a little bit about the car and what it's like to own a Range Rover SVR. Now, I'm lucky enough to have owned a couple of Range Rovers now. This is the first SVR that I've owned, but the other Range Rover that I have, which is a white Range Rover, is actually when this new shape came out. So it's the Range Rover 3-litre autobiography. Now that car was pretty highly spec'd, and so is this one, of course, but usually when you go for the higher end cars, they are pretty well spec'd. What's the main differences, apart from the fact that obviously there's a much bigger engine in here and it makes a lot more noise? In the interior, what's happened since 2017 is they've actually upgraded the info kind of tainment system here. So what they've done is the sat nav has been upgraded. It's got really cool features like things where you can actually see all the cameras on the road, so it works quite well like the app Waze. But what they've done is there seems to have been some improvement in the interior as well. So you don't get these kind of carbon race seats that you do in the SVR. You don't get them in the other ones, it's not an option. And surprisingly, they actually feel really comfy. So they kind of hug onto the sides, give you that racing feel, but at the same time, you're still getting the comfort. It moves in all different directions, it's got lumbar support and all the boring stuff, but all the other cool bits in the car, like the heated seats, cooling seats, and everything, are bits that still came on the one before. They have made some upgrades to the exterior styling as well. There's not been any facelifts, but little things like the aerial on the back of the car, they've reduced the size of it so it doesn't stick out as much, and it's just generally made the reception much better. One of the other big things is the sound system. Now you do get a very good sound system with the autobiography Range Rovers, but on this you've got this Meridian sound system with, I believe, between 10 and 13 speakers in the car. It's incredible. You can stream your music either not just through Bluetooth, but either through HDMI cables, so you can play videos at the same time. And the screen, what they've done is they just removed all the buttons from the side and made it much bigger. Other things with the car that they've done, which you kind of get in the SVR and don't get in the other ones, is things like the Alcantara roof section. This Alcantara roof section is really, really cool. You can get it in white or you can get it in this kind of black color. I go for this. It's kind of blacky gray, but I think this looks so much better. You don't actually get these seat options in terms of the colors of the seats on the other Range Rovers, so only on the SVR can you get these two-tone seats, and on this it's kind of like an ivory white, whereas on the Range Rover Autobiography it's kind of a creamish color. Otherwise, that's the main differences between the car. So let's now explore the actual performance differences. So driving this car is a completely different experience to driving the Range Rover, and to be honest, most 4x4s. I've been in some of the Audis and even some of the faster, so like Porsche Cayennes and things like that, but this car is just really, really raw. Of course, it's got the crazy sound that's on the tailpipes that are kind of encased inside the carbon rear spoiler, which you've seen from the outside, and it gives this echoed kind of rattle that you sometimes only hear on AMG cars. It's surprisingly easy to maneuver the car, even though it's got so much power, because this car weighs 3 tons. So what you'd expect is when you're driving it through the roads, you'd be expecting the car to be rolling a little bit, but it still feels really planted. Now, of course, this has the air suspension like the other cars do as well, but it just feels a little bit stiffer sometimes, but you can still push it into the corners and not feel like you're rolling. I don't know if that's just the bucket seats that are doing that and making you feel like that, but for sure, it's definitely an improvement. The other thing is, when you accelerate on this car, and I've actually seen videos from the outside, you can actually see the front bonnet of the car lift up because there's just so much power. So this 5-litre engine, I believe, is pushing out about 560 brake horsepower. These are not new stats because the car's been around for some time. What Urban can also do, and some other companies can kind of map the cars and take it up to about 570, 580 brake. This one actually hasn't had that done, but when you've got a 3.5 ton car, I think sometimes 30 brake horsepower does actually make quite a big difference. Everything else in terms of the performance wise, apart from just the engine and everything else, is pretty much the same. Of course, we made the car a bit lighter with the carbon bits, with the center consoles, the wing mirrors and everything else. But I think that this car is just so much fun, and I can't stress that enough. Anyone who's been in one is smiling when it crackles. It's got this amazing pop we're trying to get on camera, where between kind of first gear and second gear, it just has this loud pop. It's so much more fun than any of the other cars. I think if you're a genuine car lover and a car owner, oh, the police, we're not doing anything illegal, are we? If you're a genuine car lover, I think some people don't actually like these cars, so they don't say it's like the best engine, but I love the kind of raw feel to it. It's been really good fun owning this car over the last 6 months. I've thought actually about selling it recently, and reason being is because there is talk about a new shape Range Rover coming out in March next year. Now, of course, I love what Urban are doing at the moment, and especially the kits that they're putting on the car. They look incredible. So what I've told them is that book me in for a new Range Rover Sport that's going to be coming out in March, hopefully, which means that these could potentially drop in price. Now, I don't want to hold on to the car too long so that I then suffer that drop in price, so I may be getting rid of the car soon. But I've done nearly, like I said, 3,000 miles in it in 6 months, driven it up and down everywhere, and it's been really good fun. So I'm going to make a few decisions in the next couple of weeks whether I am going to sell the car or not. I will have to think about a replacement for it. If anybody's got any good ideas of what replacement I should get for this car, it doesn't have to be a 4x4. I was looking at things like maybe an S63 or even like an S Estate that's done up with an executive pack, really comfy, something to drive around in, because you have to imagine I've got the performance cars in terms of the sports cars, so I want something that's comfy, got a little bit of power to it. So if you guys got any good suggestions, maybe even an RS6, then let me know, drop it in the comments below. But yeah, I think I'll make a decision in maybe the next week or two on this car, whether I keep it or not. So now let's jump out, walk around the car, show you around a few bits, all the carbon on the exterior, a bit of a spec of the car, talk you through it, and then let's give it a bit of a rev, try and make it pop, try and make it crackle, and have some fun. So, first things that hit you obviously when you look at the car is how different it looks to any other Range Rover or any other SVR. And that is of course because it's got these front exposed carbon fiber bumpers. Now these bumpers, which are bespoke to Urban, are actually created as carbon fiber, pure carbon fiber. What they do is they paint them into the color of whatever the car is of the customer. Now I said to Simon at Urban, I was like, Simon, why don't we just take the carbon, refine it so that of course it's got the polished look to it, so the finished carbon, just leave it as exposed on the car. Now because it's with a black car, it works pretty well. But what we did is we left the whole front carbon fiber bumper exposed and brought that all the way around to the side as well. So what we did was, even though these actually come with the car, the exterior, outside carbon fiber wing mirror caps, the side air vents here have got carbon fiber, front hood vents are carbon fiber as well. The wheels are actually really interesting because these are bespoke to Urban as well. I believe they're called Phantom wheels, but I know that they're 23-inch. You can get them in a range of colors. You can get them in black, you can get them in diamond tone, you can do a couple of things to them as well, but I thought they look good as it is. The blue Brembo brakes are standard. They come with all Urban SVRs, but I thought that it looks really well, so there's no need to change it. Of course, we've got the side step here as well, which they've added. I think you can get, you can obviously get the deployable side steps, which are on the other Range Rover, but on this one, the fixed side step gives it this more kind of aggressive look. Carrying on the rest of the car, coming around to the back, that's where you're going to mainly see, of course, the exposed carbon fiber again. So when Urban put their bumpers on, they put a rear bumper, and they also put this rear kind of diffuser that goes around the exhaust. So again, I said to them, let's leave that exposed as well. Initially, I thought that what we were going to do is fade the carbon into the paint, meaning that you kind of the other way around, is fade the paint into the carbon so that it kind of blends in. But having seen it when it was done back in March, I said to them it looks really good, so we just kind of left it as it is. Urban go that kind of one extra step, so when you open the back of this car, it's actually got this interior section here also in carbon fiber exposed. So it looks fantastic as well. So now in the interior of the car, as I mentioned before, I went with these kind of ivory and black pinstripe down the middle. And these are these kind of leather perforated seats, and I told you they've got like this kind of bucket feel to them, so even in the back it's not just in the front. Urban's little special touch, which is super cool, are these carbon fiber back seats. So now normally these have just got like a leather back to them, but what they've done is these bespoke carbon backs, which is exclusive to Urban, to no one else, with the little emblem in the headrest, and I think it just makes the car look so much better and so unique. The interior carbon bits, like in the center and on the door cards as well, those are all part of what come with the Range Rover SVR. So another thing in terms of comparing it to the other autobiography is the pano roof. Now in this car it comes with the pano roof with the center kind of bit where you can open the roof up. On a lot of the other Range Rovers that aren't the autobiography, they just come with a full glass panel, which looks amazing, but then you can't open the roof. So in here you can actually open it. The other cool thing is with this car, especially it being a Model 17 car, you can control everything with an iPhone app. Flash the lights, you can put the horn on, you can open the roof, you can unlock the car, you can start the car, and you can set it to whatever temperature you want so that when you get in the car it's ready. So it also tells you how many miles you've got left on the car in terms of your fuel, and tells you everything about where the location of your car is as well, so it acts as like a tracker. I was just looking in my rear view mirror. I've just seen a V12 Zagato, crazy beautiful green car. It's about to accelerate up behind us, so I'm going to try and pull over to the left, let it go in front of me so we can see it on camera. So once again guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know a lot of people wanted to see more about the SVR, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. I am going to be doing some more videos coming up soon, hopefully on the new GT3. My Aventador S is coming very soon, so just discussing the dates on that and when I'm going to pick up the car. And my Lamborghini Performante is also coming as well, so for those of you who've seen the spec on that on my Instagram, you'll see more about it later. After that as well, going to be heading out to Dubai for my birthday as well, so doing hopefully a vlog video out there, travel stuff as well. And then we're going to do another property development video, and of course the trading video, the all-important trading video, which everybody's kind of been asking for. So sorry that's been delayed, but I want it to be perfect, so that's going to come when it's ready. Otherwise, thanks a lot again. Please like it if you like the video. Please subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see you on the next one.